everybody, welcome to this trip report, and today I'll be flying from Albany International Airport down to Newark Liberty International Airport on Commutair, a subsidiary of United, on their Embraer E-145XR. We are now driving past runway 19, which runs perpendicular to Tri-Schenectady Road, which you can get some good airplane views from here. This is the ticketing area at Albany International Airport. It's pretty small, but it's pretty good. This Delta Airlines Airbus A320 is flying to Detroit International Airport. Believe it or not, this is actually my first ever time flying out of Terminal A. So I decided to take a little area where Cape Air used to park at gate A1, A1A. This area is pretty nice because it used to show how Albany used to have such cool route networks. This area is currently being under construction. It may be removed, we don't know yet, but it's pretty cool visiting all this stuff. It's a little nice quiet hangout area for people to enjoy. This United Airlines Boeing 737-900 is flying to Chicago O'Hare for this early morning flight. This Embraer E-145 is parking at gate A6 from the Commutair maintenance base here. It is probably going to fly down to Washington Dulles at a later time than our flight down to Newark this morning. And this McDonnell Douglas MD-88 is going down to the first flight to Atlanta this morning. And our aircraft, November 27190, has pulled into gate Alpha 5 for our flight down to Newark. This is my first ever time doing a voiceover trip report. I'd like to know your feedback on these types of videos. If you wanted to go back to captions or do continue doing voiceover, it would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, we are walking down the jetway for our, this is my first ever time ever flying on a regional jet in my life, so it was definitely a different experience. And here is the side view of it. It's very dark outside since it is an early morning flight, and this is when I realized that this is a small airplane when I was walking over that bridge to get into the door. I almost bumped my head walking in here, but this is in a 1-2 layout. The seats are in a blue tan layout for some reason, and here's my seat, 8A. It is a single seat on this airplane. Here's a tour of the safety card on this Embraer E-145XR, operated by Commutair. Here is an air sickness bag that all United flights have. This is United's magazine that they have called Hemispheres. It also contains the route map and their fleet that United has. United has a vast route network connecting lots of cities in the United States and lots of international destinations. The tray table on the E-145XR it seemed very clean with lots of minor stains. It didn't pull out though, which kind of was a bummer, but it's a small seat, so I guess that's alright. And the window was because it was raining outside, water droplets got on the windows, so it made my camera very hard to focus. Anyways, there's the E-145 Commutair heading out to Dulles, and the Delta A320 heading out to Detroit this morning. The Delta Airlines Airbus A320 is pushed back and taxiing out to runway 1 for its departure over to Detroit this morning. McDonnell Douglas MD-88 from Delta Airlines has actually pushed back as well to Atlanta. He'll be taxiing out to runway 1 as well. Usually this flight departs after we do, but there's a couple of delays, including a cockpit delay, and the weather down in Newark was not that good, so we needed to wait a little bit. You'll see later what happened. We are finally pushing back from the gate Alpha 5 now. We are a couple of minutes late. I'll say around we took off 40 minutes late, but we were pushing back from the gate 10 minutes late. I am kind of disappointed that we were taking off from runway 1 compared to runway 19, because runway 1 you have to depart to the north and then loop all the way around and land in Newark, which take a takeoff to an extra 15 minutes. This route can take up to 25 minutes, but compared to today, where it took, all of the delays and stuff like that, it took up to an hour and 10 minutes, which is a lot of time on the E-145 and you're scheduled to be on, which kind of bugged me, but it was okay. We are now taxiing out to runway 1. I actually time-lapsed for takeoff, in a taxi on these videos because I don't want the virtual reports going over like 50 minutes long. A couple of people have complained about it, and yeah. We had to taxi around all the terminals because we're in Terminal A, and we are taxiing out to runway 1. We held short at runway 1 for a little bit. We didn't, like, it's pretty dark outside, so I didn't get any good views, and it was also raining, so like all my focusing and all like the windows were all like messed up due to water droplets. It's kind of a shame of that, but anyways, it was a good flight anyway. We have continued our taxi, but it was to a little run-up area to the side of runway 1. This isn't that like unusual because like most RJs from all the carriers that come here usually pull up here and just sit here for some reason. When we pulled over here, the captain came on the PA saying that there was like traffic issues in Newark and like weather delays. So we sat here for like, I'll say a good 20 minutes. It was kind of like annoying. I was listening to the ATC. We got cleared to take off like 20 minutes later, and I was pretty happy. But it's very interesting, but like all of like the original jets at Albany pull into the run-up area and just sit here. It's very like, I don't know why they do that. It's really weird. When we were in this little like hold short circle, flight attendant did pass out STROOPWAFELs. They're very good. It's a shame that United's getting rid of them soon. So yeah, you should try them. This right here is a Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. Taking off runway 1 to Chicago Midway this early morning. Also overtaking us is American Airlines Piedmont E-145 heading out to Philadelphia this morning. After about 20 minutes of holding short on that little run-up area, ATC instructed us to taxi to runway to hold short at runway 1 for our flight down to Newark this morning. After holding short for like 30 seconds, we are now taxiing to line up on runway 1 for our very cool departure down to Newark. It was, we took off, we turned to left, and it was really nice. After takeoff, the views here are really beautiful. Like, I took a couple pictures, it was really nice. Flight attendant passed out Biscoff cookies when we were on our cruise section of this flight. They were very good. I also ordered a water for this flight. We have now started to make our initial descent into Newark Liberty International Airport. As I told you, this is a very short flight, so I did not know like it will only take like 15 minutes of airtime. We were actually only in the air at like 10,000 feet. It was like we were right above the 250 knot limit, so it was like really fast and really low. This is when I was showcasing the leg room in this aircraft. Like, my feet were right next to a heater, so it was very hot. As we were flying through the clouds, we could start to see a little bit of New Jersey down there. I have family in New Jersey, so it's pretty nice seeing it from up here. And you can see a little bit more of New Jersey down here, and it was really cool. Like, now we're gonna get really close to the ground. You can't really see it down there, but that bridge right there is from Perth Amboy, and it has the New Jersey Parkway on it. So I've been on that bridge many times, and it's really cool seeing it up in the air. Again, the weather was being annoying in that I couldn't really see because of the water and like on the windscreen. But down there was a United 787-10 and a 777-300 in the new livery. So yeah, I'll be quiet so we can listen to the touchdown. It was a very nice landing that the pilots had on this very stormy day, but now the real concern was that I have a connecting flight that was like 30 minutes now, and like there's all these delays, and it made me and my family worried that they'll catch our connecting flight. And there was a United 737 that was taking off on a parallel runway. These are the runway 22s, which again was a bummer because like if they were using the other runways, then it would have been a straight shot down. But since we are in runway 22, we had to loop around again. I would be releasing the full takeoff and landing videos next week. So like I know this is weird that I had this time lapse to landing, but it was for a shorter video and for overall better for you guys.
Find this item plain side. Any other baggage will go in the baggage claim or bound destination if this is not it. United
United Airlines E-145 the cool winglets just landed right after us, so it's pretty cool seeing that plane land right after us when we were taxiing to our gate. And over there at the end of the runway taking off right now is the United Airlines Boeing 787-10, which I presume is flying out to Los Angeles and San Francisco, but it was super cool seeing it up close taking off when we were in another airplane. As we crossed runway 22 left, we are taxiing to the gate. Another delay that happened that really annoyed me is that there wasn't enough gates for the airplane, so we had to sit for around like 10 minutes, which really got me worried for my connecting flight. There's also some other planes that took pretty good. The gate finally opened up for we can park to in Terminal C. We were taxiing in there. I was just really stressed out, but a good thing is that my good friend Albany Aviation told me that my flight was delayed, so I kind of like lowered some stress on me. You can also see some, I think that was an express jet E-145 over there. You can tell because it didn't have winglets. You can see some really nice JetBlue planes over there. JetBlue has a pretty big presence in Newark, which is kind of cool because they have a presence in like all through New York airports, which is like a good thing because I do like JetBlue, and I wish to fly at them sometime. I flew them sometime like a couple of years ago to Hilton Head, but back then I wasn't really into aviation. Ooh, right here was Blueprint liver in the E190s. It was really cool seeing that from this angle. We are finally now pulling into the gate. I don't remember what gate it is, unfortunately, but I do remember it was like right next to the terminal bus, which I was very happy because I didn't know it even existed. I thought I'd go out and take that train. But like, yeah, I didn't know that existed. It was pretty cool. And there's another E-145 right next to us. As we are deplaning the aircraft, I did put my ratings down at the bottom of the screen so you can read it yourself, because I don't feel like reading them out loud. It was a pretty nice flight. Like, it was a very short regional flight. It was my first ever regional flight, so it was very exciting to be on that. I mean, like, it was a good flight. I recommend you follow my Instagram, ALB_spotter, for really nice pictures I take, like, across the United States and the world. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next trip report.